I am sorry.
It's okay, people, Randy's sorry. He's sorry, he apologized. Just a little goof, just a little spoof, just a little oopsie by Randy, people. Come on, it's not that big of a deal. Oopsie. You just gotta love this man. Randy Orton in 2020 made a child cry. If that's not the biggest heel in wrestling today, I don't know what to tell you.
Stop it. Get some help.
Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Greatness of Raw. Now, I did like the episode, but I'm gonna say something that people said for like the past 10 years. 3 hours is way too much. So much filler, man. If we remove, 30% of stuff, maybe it would be a very good episode. I might be in the minority right here. I'm not feeling the Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens rivalry. I feel like majority of Raw is enjoyable, but then we get to the Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens stuff, and I'm lost. I simply don't care. And it's not like Seth Rollins doesn't have a very, entertaining character right now. He does. It's very entertaining. He calls people brothers and sisters. How cool is that, right? And Kevin Owens is also very entertaining. He's a savage. He's a badass. But I'm just not feeling this rivalry. It feels very unimportant for some reason. Maybe it needs a championship, I don't know. I just don't get excited over it. And that's the way WWE end Raw every single week. Every single week. I'm also disappointed we didn't get this match, although it was maybe even better than what we expected. And I was really surprised that WWE gave us Aleister Black versus Eric Rowan. I'm gonna talk about that just in a second, but people, I wanna start from the beginning of the show. The show kicks off with Randy Orton coming out with a bunch of boos because Randy did a bad thing. He almost retired Matt Hardy, and he, in kayfabe, retired Edge. Orton says he's supposed to face Matt in a no-holds-barred match tonight, but Matt is not gonna get cleared. Orton says the Hardys are known for climbing to the highest of highs and crashing to the lowest of lows. But even so, the music interrupts, and here comes out Matt Hardy wearing a neck brace. Hardy never gives up. Maybe he is stronger than a shovel after all. He asks the same question. What's wrong with you? Why would you do that to Edge? And he also said that it seems like you don't like that question. What's wrong with you? Orton says he respects Matt Hardy, and he respects Edge even more. As a matter of fact, he loves him like a brother. People, brotherly love, just a little spoof, a little goof, a little oopsie. Anyway, Randy Orton gets out of the ring, but then he changes his mind. Matt Hardy got a steel chair, but it didn't work out because Randy came out on top and he destroyed Matt Hardy. He kept shouting, "I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry." But he destroyed the crap out of the guy. We got this spot again, but then we got something even worse. We got the same spot on the steel steps, and then we got it again, and honestly, it looked like Matt Hardy is done. Like, done. Completely. Over. No career, no life. Bye-bye Hardy. Man. And this was a very long segment, people, and it seems like this segment got the most viewers again. Now, obviously, it was the beginning of Raw, so it makes sense, but people care about this crap. I've seen a few people on Twitter saying, "Oh my god, Randy Orton versus Matt Hardy, I just want Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano on Raw." Come on, dude, come on. Two veterans telling a great story. If this story was about Randy Orton and Matt Hardy without Edge, I would still be excited. Matt Hardy is seriously underrated, man. Seriously underrated. Give the man some respect, damn it. What a story, man. I'm so glad that Randy Orton finally found his cojones. Randy Orton as a heel is absolutely incredible. And I'm pretty sure this is the best storyline in wrestling right now. I don't care. Edge's return couldn't be any better. Honestly, you couldn't write it any better. To my surprise, we got Eric Rowan versus Aleister Black. So it's weird. Obviously, I liked it. So we have Eric Rowan beating jobbers every week. We have Aleister Black beating a bunch of jobbers every week. You would think that these two would never cross paths. But it happened, and I was very shocked. You know, two people that they are building facing each other. Isn't that weird? I'm pretty sure most people got, shocked by it. But anyway, we got the match. It wasn't even bad. It was surprisingly pretty good. Not very long, but not very short as well. So, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not the biggest fan of Rowan, so I don't mind it. But the man lost the match after 2 blackouts. So, the reason why we got 2 blackouts is because obviously they want to make him look strong. But is that the end of Eric Rowan's push in the WWE? Possibly. I mean, he just lost a match against a little guy. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Are we ever going to see what's inside that cage? Probably Eric Rowan's push, and someone stole that already. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, that was very good. But we also got a bunch of, weak points of the show. So, I'm not gonna give this show 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10, that's for sure. We got Charlotte Flair, and she talked about Rhea Ripley. She said that she made NXT. And it makes her sick that people like Ripley didn't have to scratch and claw because NXT was already built by Charlotte Flair. I mean, that's not my opinion, but I don't think Charlotte Flair is the person who should say that. She's Ric Flair's daughter after all. But maybe that's the story that they're trying to tell. You say that I didn't scratch and... Wait a minute. Rhea Ripley's voice is more masculine than mine. You say that I didn't have to scratch and claw, but you are Ric Flair's daughter. Maybe that's what they are going for. I'm pretty sure, honestly. And yeah, it's been confirmed actually at TakeOver that Charlotte Flair is challenging Rhea Ripley. And that's the money match. We want to see that. Then we got obviously the highlight of the night. R-Truth versus Mojo Rawley versus my favorite WWE superstar Riddick Moss. This guy can be the next Roman Reigns, John Cena, the next Hulk Hogan, the next The Rock, the next Uncle Steve Austin. You can combine all of that talent. He's going nowhere because of the name. The new WWE champion, Riddick Moss. Doesn't sound good. Anyway, we got the match in which obviously Riddick Moss retained the title because he's the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT. The only thing that's keeping him from the Universal title is the name. And then Mojo got mad, but R-Truth came out on top. I don't even understand this title anymore. I really don't. Then we got Drew McIntyre in the ring talking about WrestleMania. I think he's pandering to the crowd a little bit too much, people. I think it's a bit much right now when he's asking every single member of the audience to point at the WrestleMania sign. That's something John Cena even wouldn't do, so I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, but the promo was still savage. He called Brock Lesnar a bitch. We got Paul Heyman and they argued, and basically Paul Heyman introduced us to MVP. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Only MVP can stop Drew McIntyre. MVP attacked Drew McIntyre before the match, but Drew McIntyre quickly won the match. Obviously. Man, Drew needs to win the championship, that's all I'm gonna say. I like that they're putting Drew McIntyre in interesting matches, interesting segments. Sometimes it doesn't make a lot of sense, but people, you gotta make sure this guy is entertaining right until WrestleMania. You don't want this stuff to get boring because this is the main storyline. That's the thing. We got a Becky Lynch promo and, oh man, what even was that, honestly? The money thing just... Nobody reacted to the money thing, and it was kinda silly. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Oh, I'm just gonna say that I cannot wait for the match, I guess. That's the match I really want to see when it comes to Becky Lynch. We got Shayna Baszler, and she said that the bite wasn't planned, but imagine what I have planned. So, I hope it's going to be a no-holds-barred match. That's all I'm gonna say. We got Angel Garza and Bobby Lashley versus Rusev and Humberto Carrillo. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know. So, Rusev is finally back, but it seems like they still don't know what to do with the guy. He's still in this Lana Lashley Rusev crap, but... is he? I don't even understand. Angel Garza and Bobby Lashley won the match. Rusev attacks Garza from behind and that's about it. It almost seemed like with this Lashley-Lana Rusev storyline, Rusev is going to be the one who's gonna get over the one who's going to get a big push after it because he got the most reaction, positive reaction. It seems like that's not the case. The man is barely on television, and I'm not seeing any potential in the guy after this storyline at all. We got Natalya versus Kairi Sane, and that was just it's, man, I don't want to be harsh, but I don't care about this. I really don't. And Kairi Sane won the match with a countout, and that was basically it. We got a pretty entertaining, I guess, segment with Murphy, Rollins, AOP, and they basically had this arena prepared, set like a church or something. Seth Rollins called everyone brothers and sisters, and the entrance was amazing because he kept shaking everyone's hand, and he really is a messiah. I like this Seth Rollins gimmick. And I just don't like the storyline. It has so much potential, and in my opinion, he even needs to change his attire or something. He needs to go all in with this. It's very good. It's very good, man. It's very good. Kind of reminds me of CM Punk back in 2010, when he used to shave people's heads. That's not how you shave heads, right? Is that how you shave heads? I don't think so. Anyway, he's pretending like he's this face of the WWE, like he's listening to the fans, and he says that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve because, see what happened to Kevin Owens. Blah. We got the Viking Raiders, we got Kevin Owens, the babyface team stands tall, and we cannot wait for another 6-man tag team match. Oh yeah, baby. AJ Styles is back, and he's talking about legends for some reason. I don't even know why. He says he's the greatest superstar of any era. He hinted Goldberg, The Undertaker, a bunch of other legends, Hulk Hogan, NWO. I don't think it's for nothing. It must be leading to something, maybe an Undertaker match, maybe a Hulk Hogan match. I'm not quite sure at this point, but there are rumors that we are getting a Phenom versus Phenomenal 1 match at WrestleMania. Obviously, AJ Styles versus The Undertaker. I don't know if I would love to see that. It's not the same AJ Styles we've seen in 2016-17, he's kinda, I would not say ruined, but maybe is. He's not a main eventer anymore, he's barely, I don't like AJ Styles with the OC. That's all I'm gonna say. I really don't like this faction, whatever it is. But anyway, he mentioned a bunch of names, got interrupted by Ricochet, they called him Little Ricky, and when he mentioned Ricochet's name of potential future WWE champions, he was kidding. But anyway, he challenged AJ Styles to a match, but we got Carl Anderson versus Ricochet instead, in which Ricochet obviously won the match, but kinda barely because it was way too long. I mean, the guy is facing Brock Lesnar at WWE Super Showdown. Obviously, he's not gonna win the championship, but I hope it's going to be longer than 2 minutes. Please make it longer than 2 freaking minutes. And in the main event, we got Kevin Owens and the Viking Raiders versus Murphy and the Authors of Pain. What a long match. Man, I'm gonna be honest right here. It could be a 6-star match. I'm not gonna care because I just seen it so many times, like on every single Monday Night Raw. I keep watching 6-man tag team matches with this rivalry, and I simply cannot care. You cannot get me excited anymore. I would prefer a 1-on-1 match with Buddy versus Samoa Joe or Kevin Owens, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, it ended with a disqualification because Rollins interfered. But people, the babyface team, came out on top. It wasn't bad, but it's weird because I like people involved. I like every single superstar in that ring, but it just doesn't work for me. It really doesn't. We got, the Street Profits, and they are in this rivalry right now. It's boring, and even the singles match between Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins that they are building to doesn't excite me. And I don't like the fact that this rivalry is closing Raw every week. But I would give this show 6.5 out of 10. Not the Raw that I expected. I expected a lot more. The beginning was great. Randy Orton stuff, Drew McIntyre, all that stuff was pretty cool. But then it was... But thank you for watching the video. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And as always, the great one, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.